my Premier League 2017-2018 prediction. I've seen a lot of other YouTubers do this, and I thought, might as well give it a try. So, let's go. Starting from the bottom, we have got Huddersfield. Now, in my opinion, Huddersfield have just come up, so I really don't think they have, and they're not, like, in my opinion, Premier League standard. They haven't made amazing signings. I mean, they've made Mooney from Man City, I believe, who was a star for them in trying to get promoted last season. But I really just don't think they are Premier League standard, in my opinion anyway. So that is why I've put them bottom of the Premier League. The next team is Brighton Hove Albion. Come up, another team from the South Coast have come up to the Premier League. But I think, just again, like Huddersfield, they aren't, like, in my opinion, they aren't Premier League standard. They haven't made the signings that they would need to make to keep them in there in the Prem, and I don't think they just have the experience or squad depth. And for that reason, that is why they are 19th, and in my opinion, going down. Next one is Swansea. Now, this is a very interesting one. I think if they keep hold of Gylfi Sigurdsson, they have got a very good chance of staying up. But then again, if they don't, then where does that leave them? I mean, it is late in the transfer window, so if they do sell him, there's probably not enough time to get a decent replacement. But I feel like they just haven't got just the squad again, like Brighton, Huddersfield. They just don't have the squad to keep up. They only just survived last season, and that is why, in my opinion, they will go down. So now we have got the teams that will actually stay up, and the first team that is, in my opinion, that will stay up, so just above the relegation zone, is Burnley. Burnley have lost a few key players, but I think just they are a very good side. They'll keep going, and they'll keep battling, and they did manage to stay up last season. I think Andre Gray is going to be a key character for them, as well as Tom Heaton. I mean, they have sold Keane, who was amazing last season, but I think if they can keep hold of Heaton and Andre Gray, I think they can do very well, and I think, well, I say very well, I think they can stay up. And that is why they are 17th on my list. Next team is Watford, and I think they're just a solid all-round team, but I don't think, like, some of the teams have got a lot stronger last season throughout the pre-season and everything, and they've made some new signings. And Watford, I just don't think, again, are up to code, so that is why they are going to be 16th in my list. The next team is another promoted team, but this is the only promoted team that aren't, in my opinion, going to go down. It's Newcastle, and I think Newcastle, they were very unlucky last season. They went down, but they showed great spirit and bounced back up to the Prem, and I think it was just a minor setback for them last season. I mean, they just dominated the league, and, well, them and Brighton, and they somehow clinched on the last day of the title. But that is why I think they will be 6th, 7th, 15th in my list. Next team is Leicester City, who, in my opinion, I think that if they keep hold of Mahrez, they'll survive. I think, again, they're another team who just haven't really, I mean, not many, but I think they're just like a bang on average team, and they're a bit like Newcastle, a bit like around like Watford, Stoke-ish area, and that is why they are where they are on my list. So the next team is Stoke. I mean, they have sold Arnautovic, but to West Ham, who we'll get on later in the video. But they have sold Arnautovic, who was a key player in their season, in their great season last season. But I think they're just gonna, again, they're just one of those average teams who just, you don't really feel like they can progress much more. And I have dropped them a few places from last year, but, well, from where they finished last year, not my prediction last year, so I'm gonna do one. But yeah, I feel like they've just dropped a bit, like, I don't know, they've just got a bit worse, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that's why they are where they are on my list. So the next team is West Brom. I've put them 12th, which is very surprising. Bear in mind they finished 10th last season. But again, I think they had one of their best seasons ever in the Prem last season. And I think, again, very average team. I think they got very They were very good last season, and I think that was maybe just a one-off season, if you know what I mean. But I think Mark Hughes is still a fantastic manager. I think he's going to do them very well, and that's why I've put them where they are. The next team just missing out on top 10 is going to be Bournemouth. So Bournemouth, another South Coast team like my own Southampton, they did very well last season, finishing in 9th, and they only came 9th because they lost out to us on goal difference, and that is, for them, that is amazing. I mean, 9th in the Premier League, only their second or third time in the Prem. I think that is fantastic for them, but I think, again, like West Brom, that was a very lucky season, and I mean, they have signed Jermaine Defoe. I think is going to be very good for them indeed. I think maybe them and the team above are going to have a big battle for 10th, in my opinion. But I think the team above have just edged it. So yeah, Bournemouth 11th, just missing out on top 10 in my opinion. But on to the next team. So next team is Crystal Palace. I believe they didn't do very well last season. They came, I think, like bottom 7-ish. But I think they've got a new manager, Frank de Boer. I think he's going to do very well in the Premier League. Saints were interested in him. But I think now Frank's going to do very well with Palace. I think he's a good manager. He did get sacked from Inter Milan, but I think he'll thrive in the Premier League in my opinion. But yeah, that is why they are 10th in my opinion. The next team, West Ham. They have made some superb signings. Marco Arnautovic, Joe Hart, Pablo Zabaleta and Javier Hernandez are all fantastic signings for them. I think they'll do really well this season. I think they'll get 9th because I just think they've improved their squad so much. Like, they're going to be a solid team next season. I reckon they'll definitely push for, they'll want to get top 8. But just missing out on top 8 in my opinion would be West Ham. So in 8th, this is very optimistic for my team. I mean, we'll probably finish somewhere like 9th. But in 8th, I've got Southampton. So I think we've just signed a Juventus player for 16 million. Maurizio Pellegrino I think he'll do very well for us. I think he'll just be a good manager. I think he's getting to know the players very well, and I think he'll just thrive in the Premier League again, like a bit like Frank de Boer. I think he's just such a good manager, and I think that is why Saints will finish 8th. Top 7 now. I think Everton again. I think if Everton didn't have Europa League this season, they've made some like 7 signings. They're all very classy signings. But I think if they didn't have Europa League this season, they could definitely push for top 6. But I think Europa League's going to tire them out a lot. I mean, even though they have quite a big squad, I think Europa League is just going to tire them and make them like not. I think they might have to focus on Europa a bit more. But I think they're a very good side now. They've got Koeman. But I think now I think Europa League's going to tire them out. But I still think they're a very solid 7th place. So that is why Everton are 7th next season, in my opinion. Top 6 time now, and this could be very controversial. Bear in mind they've been pushing for the title the last 2 seasons and just haven't got it. They've bottled it at the end. But I think Tottenham are going to finish 6th. Very controversial in my opinion. But they just haven't made signings. Okay, they are a classy team with the likes of Ali, Kane, Alderweireld, Lloris, but no signings this summer, and that could prove risky for them, as all the other top 6 teams have made some very classy signings indeed. But that is why I think they'll finish 6th. So 5th now, like it's going to be very tight I think between Tottenham and Arsenal, but I'm going to put 5th Arsenal just because they've signed Lacazette, and I mean I know that's a lot. I know they're further down than I think they finished 5th last season, but I think they'll finish 5th. I mean, any Arsenal fans, I'm sorry. I think they might finish a bit higher, but I've put them down as 5th just purely because the teams above have made much better signings. Although they have signed Lacazette, I think they just need to make a few better signings. Like I think they need to, and the Kolasinac, something like that. from Schalke. But I just think the teams above them are a lot stronger, and that's shown as they've got more they've got major competitions to play next season. So in fourth, I think Liverpool. As much as I hate them for stealing our players, I think that Liverpool I think this could be one of their good seasons. I think personally they signed Salah. But yeah, they've signed Salah. They've got such a good attack. Firmino, Coutinho, who could be leaving. Mane. It's just an immense attack. They've got some average centre backs. Their midfield is solid, and I think that is why they'll get fourth. Third, I think is Man United. Although they have strengthened their team with Romelu Lukaku, who is a class player in my opinion. He's going to be the best striker next season. He will win the Golden Boot, but I think he'll just help them get that top three. And I think they're going to come good this season. They just haven't been good the last few seasons, but I think Lukaku's just going to step them up a bit further, make them a lot stronger at the front. And even though they had Ibra last season, but I think they're going to be so strong in every position next season, and that's why I'm going to put them third. So controversial top two time between Chelsea and Manchester City. Who do I think will get first and second? In my opinion, second place will be Chelsea. I think this because I think just Manchester City have made so many more signings, and Chelsea, they have lost Diego Costa and Alberto Morata. It just isn't Costa replacement. He isn't Costa standard, if you know what I mean. Like teams like Arsenal and Man United, they've signed Lukaku, Lacazette, and I think Chelsea have just been left with the worst out of all three with Morata. I mean, although their attack is still very strong with Hazard, Pedro, Willian, I just don't think, and they've signed Rudiger, who's again another great centre back, but I just don't think, and Bukayo, but I just don't think they're as strong as last season as they could be, and that is why they're finishing second. So number one, I think Manchester City will be champions. I mean, they're just solid. They've signed Ederson, a brand new goalie. I mean, hopefully he won't be I hope he will be a flop, like Bravo. But I think, and they've signed 4 new fullbacks. They've signed Walker, Mendy, Danilo, and I think someone else. But they're going to be a lot better next season. They've got one of the best attacks in the league. Bernardo Silva, Aguero, Jesus, David Silva. Who else? Oh, Raheem Sterling. They're just very, very good. I think they've spent so much money, they cannot afford to not win the league. And I think they're going to make some further signings, but I think they just can't afford to not win the league. So they were my Premier League predictions. Leave yours in the comments below. Who do you think will win? Who do you think will go down? Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like. I'll catch you all later. See ya.